Hey guys, I'm Joyce. Welcome to my video diary. Today is Tuesday, February 27th, 2024. I watched a video earlier today that was, Buttons wants to come up. Come on up, Buttons. Yeah. Anyway, I will put a link in the description below. And besides that, I will just tell you a couple things that I learned from the video. It is late. I'm having trouble with my words. I feel a need to describe the video at least a little bit. There's a guy, I believe his name is Tom, and he apparently helps people get comfortable with talking to camera, he calls it. And he was working with a friend of his who wanted to feel more comfortable talking in front of the camera to help his business. So Tom took his friend, I believe his name was Matt, through his own course. It's a 30-day course. And the video charted Matt's progress through the 30 days, how he did with his comfort level and skill in front of the camera, talking to the camera. It was really interesting. It was really interesting. There were a few things that Matt was doing that I do. He apparently scratched himself often, and he did not realize that until he was watching back. Because he was using a tripod too, his phone and a tripod. I'm using my desktop and the monitor, so I can see what I'm doing. I know, I scratch, I touch, I fuss with my clothes, all that kind of stuff. And the thing, it drives me crazy, and I don't know how to not do it. And I'll hear myself say it. It's like, there, I did it again. But so it would be interesting to take Tom's course and see if I could work that out. You know, if some of his tips would work that out. But I'm already taking several different courses right now. I'm already signed up for several different courses, various different things, and I would like to finish one. I would like to finish one before I start another one, and they all cost money. So, but I thought it was interesting, and there were a couple. What did I learn from it besides noticing your own little shortcomings and glitches? There was something else he said. I guess I better watch the video again. Short of taking his course, I'm not sure what else I could do, but I think watching the video again, there were a couple of tips that I could think of. Probably one of them was, you know, coming up with a topic, and I already know about that, and am not doing well with that. It kind of depends on the time of day too. If I wait until the end of the day, which I do actually, it's just sometimes it's later than others. There's an I guess the longer it has been from the time that I've gotten up in the morning, the longer that has been, the more difficult it is for me to do this. My brain just is like, seriously? Do you want to do this now? And sure, I would be better to do it in the morning, or certainly earlier in the day, certainly not right before bed. But this is not a priority for me. The consistency is a priority for me. There's another one. But the actual yeah, the consistency is important to me, but the improvement is not a priority right now. I'm still working on my taxes. I really thought I was going to be done today. And I could be. There were choices that I made, and there are still choices I am making, because my day's not over yet. There are choices I'm making that are not my taxes. I did work on my taxes until dinner time. And there was a Fiber Guild meeting tonight. Not really a meeting, but a project night. We just get together and we each work on our own projects with company. But there's another But I was thinking of not doing that in order to come back to my taxes after dinner and work on them some more. And then I was also thinking, but one of the problems I have is kind of feeling resentful about doing my work in the rest of the week if I don't allow myself some free time, some time to rejuvenate. So I was thinking, okay, I'm going to go. I had decided to go. And then my brother was he's been having a hell of a time since the big freeze. Here in Missouri, it got down to 5 degrees, which is, in the whole scheme of winters in general, is not a really big deal. I mean, it's not unheard of, but it was very cold, and a lot of people's pipes froze. And his pipes froze. And he hasn't had reliable water since. And I don't even remember when that was. I think it was that the beginning of January? I think it was the beginning of January. Anyway, he's just had so many problems. Can't even get a professional to come out and even look at it and evaluate it. It's so frustrating for him, and I feel terrible for him. And he just replaced his pressure tank and the fittings and everything, because the pressure tank for sure was leaking, or at least one of the fittings was. Replaced the whole thing. Still doesn't have water in his house. He does have water up to a point and in certain places. Anyway, it's just so frustrating, and it cost him more money. So he was coming over. He was coming over to visit the neighbor. And I thought, okay, I'm going to go spend some time with Alfred, because I actually was thinking I'm just going to skip Fiber Guild and go see him and hang out, give him a hug, something, But then he was coming over here, so either way I was skipping Fiber Guild to hang out with my brother. Why am I mentioning that? I actually do wipe my face a lot because I've got cat hair on me. And there's not a whole lot I can do about that without editing. So, back to the story. So I did skip Fiber Guild to hang out with my brother, and I hung out with my brother rather than taxes. It was also a rejuvenating thing, a me time thing, free time thing. I think this was all about my taxes. That I have made choices today of doing things other than my taxes. And right now, I could be working on my taxes still, but I'm choosing to do this because I'm wanting to be consistent with this. And I also have on my schedule today an Epsom soak, which is free time, me time. So still, I'm choosing to do that instead of my taxes. I'm also going to choose to go to bed after my Epsom soak. rather than do my taxes. And I'm going to work on my taxes again tomorrow. I'm still not sure why I mentioned all of that, other than I'm making choices. And I am making choices consciously. Like when I went to hang out with my brother, I did not do the dishes first. I did not load the dishwasher first. And I thought about that, how sometimes, I'll come home late on movie night and I haven't done the dishes, and it really sucks to have to collect all the dishes and load the dishwasher. Still way better than having to do them by hand. But so tonight I thought about that. I thought about, I'm going to have to do these when I get back if I don't do them now. And I decided at that point I'm okay with that because I want to go hang out with Alfred. Oh, I'm focusing really hard on not saying that nonsense word. So anyway, I have been doing that lately, really making my choices intentionally, noticing that these are choices that I'm making. And that's preventing later on from me complaining to myself about myself. That, oh God, now I have to do this. This such a pain, oh poor me kind of thing. And acknowledging that I've made a choice, it just eliminates that, which is nice, because complaining isn't really that much fun. It doesn't really feel good. I mean, it's kind of an outlet, but it's a negative outlet, And I don't know. I like being more aware, and I like being more intentional about what I'm doing. I like taking responsibility for the choices that I'm making. And it also lets me see that I really am in control of my life. Not absolutely everything, because, COVID, there's that. I can't control that. Fortunately, I never got it, as far as I know. But that's just an example. There are things that I will experience in my life. I didn't experience the illness myself, but the world changed. It affected how I functioned in the world, where I could go, where I couldn't go. Oh, damn it, I did it. Things like that. My point was, this thinking about things intentionally, making choices intentionally, is showing me that I really do have a lot of control over my own life. I have control over the decisions that I make. Even going to the extreme that, at least when I was growing up, we would say things like, well, it's not like I had a gun to my head. But even if you did have it, okay, I'll say me. Even if I did have a gun to my head, if somebody were threatening my life, if I did or didn't do something, it would still be a choice. Not a great choice, but it would still be a choice. Do I comply and hopefully not get shot? Or do I not comply and probably take a big chance on getting shot? Either way, it is a choice. I hope I never have to make that choice. But yeah, it's just good to know. It's kind of empowering. And now I know I'm rambling. I've been rambling. just to be consistent. I don't want to be consistent with rambling. I want to be consistent with making videos every day. Okay, so I'm done with the video. I'm going to go get my Epsom soak and go to bed and do my taxes again tomorrow. Every day I get a little bit closer though. Every day I get a little bit done on my taxes, and they will be done. I will get them done soon. It's getting there. Good night, you guys. Talk to you tomorrow.